and welcome to episode 44 of the Yarnniffler podcast. My name is Sam. I'm a university student from Belgium. I love to knit, crochet, and cross stitch while I'm not studying, and also sometimes when I'm studying. Welcome back. It's been a long time. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Ravelry as Yarnniffler and on Instagram as Sam Wyffels. I've not been sharing a lot, but some tidbits here and there. So if you follow me on Instagram, sometimes you get to know why I'm very busy and don't have the time to film a podcast. My hair is still wet because I just took a shower. It's also 5:30 in the afternoon. We are Wednesday the 28th of May. I am in full-blown exam modus. Been busy with other stuff, which I'm gonna talk more about later. So this is what you get. But if I waited till my hair was dry or something else, I don't have enough time today. So that's all. Also, on both sides, my windows are open. So if you hear some noises, sorry, but otherwise it's too hot in my room here. Also, a different angle today, so we'll see how this goes. Just because it's not cleaned up there, and also I just don't have the time. So if there's anything not clear, I will be linking all of the patterns I'll be talking about and other stuff down below. And I think that's it. And before I start, I'm gonna get something which I want to share with you, which is on my bed ready to take home with me. Got it? So let me share with you the finished objects I have first. I have 2 pairs of socks. Let me put both of them on sock blockers so you can see them clearly. So these ones you saw the last time. I think I was somewhere around this green stripe. So they are both finished. If you're looking in the show notes, these are called tall socks number weight, but not so tall because I used about all of the 50 gram ball I had, and this is what I got. This yarn is from Hobby. It's Silk Socks Flower Pop in color 1, or also named Crocus. So these ones are finished, and then these ones are from the leftovers from the tall rainbow socks. I made shorty socks and just did the cuff in a gray color I have, and the sun is coming out. Let me just close the blind for a little bit. Okay, there we go. And then if the sun is gone, I'll probably have to open it again. And my hair is looking silly, but we are going for a fast and efficient video today. This yarn is from Lang Yarns. It's their Yowl twin yarn in color 551, and this is just a gray color I had left over from one of my advent patterns that I used, is gray from a homespun house. I will make sure that on the Ravelry projects, normally every color should be on there. So you haven't seen these. I started these ones and knitted most of these ones, at least like say this part, on the bus and during presentations. When we were gone for a whole week, so I study biology with all of the biologists, the 3rd bachelor year students. We went here in Belgium to a very species rich place, and we went there by bus and we did excursions, and then we also had a project. That's one of the reasons why I'm so busy, why I was so busy before the exam started, because that was just about 2 weeks ago. And then for that project we had to write a scientific paper or a report and make a presentation all in about 24 hours, and then we have 5 hours of presentations while everybody was doing theirs. So got a lot of knitting in then. So those are the finished socks. Then the next one, I think did I already start? I don't know, but it is finished now, and it is this sweater. This is my For Fox's Sake sweater by Max the Knitter. I made it in size 5, and there is an embroidery needle stuck in it. The colors, let me take a peek. So the gray is Meredith's gray, the blue is Louis shade, the brown color is Cardi's ochre, and the white is Betty's white. If you would be comparing this to like the real pattern, there are a couple of rows here that I had to take out because I didn't have enough blue yarn. But I think it worked out because during blocking, it grew more than I expected in like this way. So with just a couple of less rows in the color work before the split for the sleeves, it fits almost perfectly. Let me show it to you. Oh, all the yarn is the yarn from Le Garçon, so from like Max's husband, who dyes them in their Mashem, what is it, 75 BFL and 30%, no, not 75, 70% BFL and 30% Mashem. In their, that's their British DK base. So let me try to show you. So I knit the sleeves until about here, and so because I knew they would grow during blocking. It's also like tall enough that it covers most of my butt, so it's a nice one. It's a nice cozy one. So not really been wearing it because it's not been the weather here, but when it gets colder or something, I'll definitely be wearing it. And this is the back, as you can see. This is the front, so it has some short rows in it, and it fits pretty good. The only thing is that it grew in another way than I thought during blocking, but I'm still happy with it. So this is the first Foxy Finish object. Just throw it on the sofa there. And this is the second one. Let me come closer. So I'll try to put on screen here where I was the last time you saw it, but this is completely finished. It has been in this frame finished for over a month because I wanted to show it to you and I wanted to keep it in the frame. And I only started today with a new cross stitch product. So for this I did 1/2. So this is a 28 count linen. So I did in every hole I did a stitch with I did half stitches with double thread. I used DMC for everything. As you can see, like you have those blue dots. That's the way I kept track of it. I didn't even know how many stitches I had left the last time, but you could have seen in the picture where I was probably in this part. I was finishing it up, but yeah, this one's finished. So now I can go and get a frame and get it framed to put on the wall next to all the other cross stitches. And also like the deer one, I'll put in the picture. I think I have it quickly, or I don't know. One of my other cross stitches I showed you earlier that was finished before this one still is not been framed, so maybe now that they are both shown to you I can frame them both. So this one will also go there. I needed to cough. It looks like it's gonna be a shorter episode, but that's good because I don't really have all the time to edit it because I've been procrastinating all day to film this. Let me see. So the pattern for it's called Fox Mom and Baby is by X Stitch Pattern X on Etsy, and I will definitely link it down below. Now time for my whips. My two scrappy whips, I haven't worked on them in the last couple of weeks, but like since the last time you saw it, I worked on them both. So I'll just put in pictures side by side. Like I'll put in the picture, I'll put them probably over my head side by side of both of them. So I am working on the End Times cardigan by Amy Gunderson. So I've done, I don't know, about 10 squares in it, and then if I have enough left over from those yarns, they go into the Sweet Shop Blanket by Laura Penrose, and this is where it is. I don't know at this moment. I haven't found the previous picture, so but now I have one, so I can show it to you because they are getting too big, and it's just easiest to just show two pictures next to each other. Then let's show you first my cross stitch whip that I just started, and then I can show you what I've been working on the last couple of days, the last week and a half, which I am very excited about. But also I run into a little bit of a problem, but I'll tell you about it. So first, I am working on this makeup bag. So I got it from my sister, so just started this morning. So this is where it's at. So it's printed on there. So it's also some kind of linen or something, but you're just following the cross stitches that are printed on it. So it was a little bit hard to start it, but I think now that I know how it works, I can just keep going. So I'll probably have this one finished by the next time. I don't know how many stitches are in there, but more than 2,000 it can't be. So that's that one. Coughing again. I don't know what it is, but this last couple of hours in the afternoon I started coughing, so fun. Hopefully I'm not getting sick. Then I got accepted into another dress test knit for Ines of the Vert Knit, which I also test knitted the Milady's dress last year. So this year I'm test knitting the girl dress, and it was going pretty good until I tried it on this morning, and now it's going less amazing, let's say that. So I am using Knitting for Olive pure silk in the color Bluted. So this is this color, and this is how far I am. So you work one front panel, the second front panel, then you knit part of them both together, you cast on for the back, and then now I am knitting the waistband so you can put in an elastic, and then you'll be working an A-line skirt. Just a very simple explanation of it. But maybe as like the front panels are big enough, they're not too small, but I tried it on this morning. Maybe that's why it has a couple of loose threads. Let me show you, of course, while keeping my clothes on. Of course I tried it on just over a bra, but let's not do this here. So as you can see, these ones cross beautifully in the front, but then it is very loose, and it should be almost zero ease, and then you're gonna put in an elastic, which would give it negative ease almost, to then go into the rest of the dress. So yes, I am waiting on what I should do. Now I've shown you as well, so I'm definitely gonna have to frog it. So I think that's the next part of this, just frogging and making sure I have both of my panels back on stitch holders or on some just some cords so I can work with them. I don't know, I have the right amount of stitches. I did something wrong so I have a different row gauge than the designer has, but there is a way to work with this. There are calculations you can do, so I did those. Did something wrong with the increases, so I had more increases on both panels, but that was fine. I just casted on less stitches for the back, but only when I pinched these ones together it fits like a glove how it should fit. So yes, something's wrong. I have the right amount of stitches. Even if I measure my gauge, it shouldn't look like this, so very confused about it. But yeah, I'm just gonna frog back and maybe just take out 20 stitches, so definitely about 20 rows out of the panels, and see how it works. Yeah, this pattern is made for an open back, so if you would put it like this, you would have an open back and just some straps. I always wear a bra, so I didn't want that, so I am working on my own lace back panels. So before I have to decide what I can do, I can just keep going on my lace panels and just put them aside for when I need them. So I figured out myself. Let me take it. Here it is. So as you can see, I draw it out. It's a leaf design, and it just has like another lace column on both sides just to frame it. So it keeps increasing in a triangle shape for this. My Ravelry page, I still have to make it, but normally tonight, while this is uploading, I will be making sure everything on Ravelry is updated from all my projects, and I will be putting in the website where I found these description as well, and probably also a picture of this, because after you've done, say, like the first part of the leaf, and then this is the second part, but the second and the third leaf are also starting, you have to increase one time at on the wrong side rows. So I put this in the pattern to make sure that it works. So I'm now knitting it, and this is how it's looking. You see, maybe against the white background. So it has a leaf design, and where's the camera, and then it has this kind of knotty columny, and I'm very happy with this. So this is gonna be my back panel, but how long it's gonna be, still have to decide. First have to figure out what's wrong with the dress. That's why it's a test knit, of course, and then we'll see how it goes. But definitely these ones are, I'm gonna have 2 of these panels at the back. So yes, now I'm just keeping going, increasing until I get the right amount of stitches for what I should have. Maybe I'll stop a little bit earlier and just keep the ball attached until I decide how long exactly I want them to be. Because say, if like the back sits here and this is just at the back, like, okay, now it's over my breast, but just at the back. So more like this, I think it's also cute without having to be covering your back completely, but definitely covering your bra strap. That's what I want. You can do definitely what you want. I know some people are doing or are looking at like removable back pieces, I think. So you sew on some buttons, or make a way to put them on and remove them. You could even make a bandeau top, say, in the same color or a similar color that you wear under it, so your bra strap is not showing. Like, you can do whatever you want, but I'm making a leafy lace back panel. So yes. So yeah, but I have to figure out what's going on. So I was like, oh yes, I'm almost finished with like the waistband, and then it's just skirt knitting, just A-line skirts, so knitting it around and just increasing every so many rows. Done, perfect, love it. And now it's like something's wrong and I don't know what, and like I have to let the designer know, and I want to keep on going. But of course I could finagle it and make sure it works, but that would not be testing the pattern. So the thing I will be doing later on is just frogging all the progress that I made on the waistband and the cast on of the back panel, and then just make sure that the 2 front panels are on separate needles, and like I can frog them if it's necessary. It only took me a week to knit both of them. I can re-knit them. Like, of course I would want to keep on knitting where I'm going, but I want the dress to fit, and how it's fitting now, that's not the way I want it to fit. So yes, that is what I've been doing most of the time this last week. And then I have one acquisition. Of course, I bought these yarns. Thank you to Knitting for Olive, because some of the testers got a nice discount on this yarn. So I was one of the testers chosen for discount. So very happy for that. And then yesterday I got this book in the mail. So it's baby speelgoedhaken. So amigurumi to play with. So it's baby toys to crochet. Like you can see, you have this monkey and these stackable dino and elephant, and you have like this dino book. And it's so cute. Like, I'm trying to, you have like these, this has like something that makes noise in it, and then you have some blocks and stuff which you can put on a string. And like, you have, do I have good pictures? Of course, because I don't want to show you. You have like this book with different stuffs. This one is sea animal themed, and you also have this dino one, and then there's stuff that moves and stuff that crinkles, and yeah, you know those baby books, like, oh, this giraffe is also pretty cute. So this giraffe, and then on his paws or on his legs. You have circles that you can put on and pull off, and this is the stackable dinos. This monkey is so cute. Okay, if I can show it to you. Is there a better picture without spoiling the pattern? Like, so it has different shapes on the different sides, so you can fill it, and like this one is also so nice. So this is kind of an interactive playable cube which has different farm animals on it. You can pull out and push back in, and yeah, it doesn't have better pictures to show you. I am getting itchy because I saw some pollen flew in. Oh my god. I have pretty bad hay fever, so if I'm sniffling, it's because of that. If I'm coughing, I don't know. If I get itchy, pollen from grass, from trees, from whatever, everything. Like, I can't have a nice bouquet of flowers on my desk because I start sneezing because of all the pollen that's in it. So, but back to this. Why did I bought this book? I saw it on Instagram. So this is by Svetlana Golova, but I'll link her Instagram. It's Zen Knit Toys, I think, and it's just, oh, it's so cute. And my sister works in a daycare, so I'm gonna make one of these for in the daycare, and if they love it, maybe they could commission me to make more of them. I definitely, like, now we have one in our friend group. We have one of our friends that are pregnant, so maybe they get a toy or something. So yeah, definitely I'm not pregnant, not planning on having kids anyway soon, but I love making this stuff. Like, I could start making this, like, if I have kids in 10 years, then I can just pull up the box and I have made everything. So we'll see. But wanted to show you this as well. So then for the rest, let's see what I want to talk to you about. So why was it so busy? So I think the last time, it was in May probably when I filmed. I would like in March, I mean. I would like the end of May, so almost 2 months later. It was just before the Easter holidays. We went to Zaragoza, which was very fun for basketball. Did lots of train knitting and knitting on the plane on my sweater. I also was very busy with my bachelor's thesis. So after the Easter holidays, I think around the 23rd of April, we had to upload or send in our final end report for our bachelor thesis, which we had to write by ourselves. So we did the thesis in a group with we were a group of 4. We did it on permiscus mouse or deer mice, about different brain regions. Very interesting, too hard to explain right now. If you're interested more in it, just let me know and I can definitely send you some information about it. I'm thinking, so I was writing like a crazy person to get that done, because due to personal problems, one of our supervisors had to go home for a week. So it took about 2 weeks until we got the last data. So that means that we couldn't keep on writing because all the rest was written, and then you had to get your data, write the data, analyze it, and then write a whole discussion and conclusion about it. But you needed the data for that, so that was a little bit annoying, but like, he couldn't do anything about it and we neither. So but then it got a little bit crazy, and then the week after it we had a poster presentation. So for about an hour and a half we had our poster up and different groups came and we gave a small presentation talking about everything that we did. And then it was already the beginning of May. Like, that was around the week of the 1st of May. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do an episode. And then I didn't, and it was crazy. And I just took like a couple of days off of everything for school. And then we had one more week of classes and like a couple of labs and also some like reports that need to be written. And then on the 10th of May, we left for a whole week from Saturday the 10th to Saturday the 17th to the Viroir. So that's a river that crosses Belgium, and this the the cities or towns around it. And we were in one of those towns, and we went on excursions. We saw different plants, different bugs, spiders, all kinds of animals and plants that we've never seen before, or that we only heard of because they live in that specific ecosystem or ecotype, and it's not in this part of Belgium. And then for 2.5 days, we also were in the forest with our group of us collecting wood lice. So if you're interested in that, there are some pictures on Instagram. I'm not gonna post them here because I don't want to ask permission to everybody in the pictures, but on Instagram there are multiple pictures of like what wood lice are. Because if you're speaking Dutch, pissebedden, so wood lice, isopods, pissebedden. In the beginning it was weird, but then it got pretty fun because we didn't found so many of them, and then when we found, I was like, oh, we found one. And then like the most common ones here in Belgium now, I can see which one it is, and I can tell you, oh, it's this kind of species, so that's cool. And then we wrote our report and made a presentation in about 24 hours after our 2.5 days in the forest. Then we had a whole day of, or like a whole, from like 11 until 5, all day presentations of everybody from all the different groups, because we had people that were in the water, that listened to bird sounds, that went to see how are the orchids flowering, and all different kinds. So interesting but heavy. And then we had a party, and then we went home the day after. But the moment we all had to be ready. So at 7:30 we needed to have breakfast, and at 8:30 the bus was leaving. So we were all ready. There were bikes with us as well, so the bikes were all loaded. The luggage was all loaded. We were ready. And then the bus wouldn't start because the battery was empty, and then we had to wait for someone from Leuven who had to drive about 2 hours to come and fix it. And then we got back to Leuven, and then I had to rush here to my cot because everything that I had with me needed to come home. But also I had been previous week here with lots of like laundry that needed to come home with me as well. And then I took the trains home, and then one of my trains had a delay, so then I missed the other train, and that was a crazy week. And then the week after, that was last week, not this week, it was just like I had always something going on every evening, and then in the afternoon I was like, just I don't want to do anything, and I need to start studying because exams are coming up, and I was like, I'm so done with everything. So I just took another couple of days off, just making sure that I went to all my classes and just did like say the bare minimum. And then now we are getting into focus mode, study mode. But today, because so if you're not interested, it's fine, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. And if you're just sitting and having some fun and just listening to me, let me be your entertainment for a couple of more minutes. So the dress, I have an exam on Friday, so in 2 days. So in 46 hours, because it's almost 6 now, and I have an exam at, what time is it? At 4 p.m. Which I definitely don't like, but I can't change anything. It's about global sustainability in like everything from buildings to just greenhouse gases to energy to where we get all our materials to build stuff, to laws like global governance, to economics, like food security, migration, geography. Like we had 12 lessons, and every lesson we had 1 or 2 speakers about that certain topic. Very interesting, but also like very broad. So you need to have you don't need to know every detail, but you need to know like the way to understand it and stuff. So now I have a summary which I'm rereading, trying to like get the most important stuff in it. And I'm also rewatching all the lectures because that's how I study the best way. I'm sorry, but I am very itchy. Excuse me. So I am reading and rereading, and then I take up a lot while listening. But because I've watched these lectures 3 times already, they're a little bit boring. So I speed them up, and then I knit, and I'm just knitting it around on that dress. Perfect. But then this morning was like, oh, I'm gonna try it on to make sure it fits, and then didn't fit. So I definitely wasn't gonna keep on knitting. But then what would I do to watch my classes? Because I have yarn for socks here, but I didn't want to start it because I want to knit on my dress and stuff. So I did something else. So yeah, it's been one of those weird days because I had a structured plan in my head, and then one small thing goes wrong with your knitting, and my whole day was off. But whatever, I'm filming, so I'm also going home in about 40 minutes. I have to get the bus to get to my aunt, who lives pretty close by, because she's driving home as well, because my sister's dog was 1 year old last year, and tomorrow morning we have a birthday breakfast, so we're both driving down to my hometown to then be there for my sister's dog's birthday breakfast. Maybe sound weird, but whatever. And then of course I'm coming immediately back after that for my exam the next day, so I have enough time to study and do stuff. So I'm gonna pack, and then tonight or tomorrow morning I will be editing and uploading this vlog. But yeah, now you know it's been crazy, like a crazy month after the Easter holidays, and then bachelor thesis, and then presentations, and then a week of being in the forest in between wood lies, and that was very fun. Was also a little bit hard because we had all that like that whole course is just, we did 2 excursions, 1 report that had to be uploaded just before we left for a week, and then everything else is just for that course was in that week. So a little bit crazy, also fun. Got to know a lot of people better, which I really enjoyed. And then now just exams. So like at evenings I'm going out with some friends or going out to eat or something, but still it's exams. And but I've talked to you already now. It's only about half an hour, which I thought it would be longer, but I think I went pretty quickly through all my stuff. But hey, whatever. That's what this episode was about. I think I'm gonna say goodbye to you so I can do everything I need to do. And then I'll be seeing you, I don't know, in 2 weeks. Yes or no? I have no idea, but I hope to see you soon. And that's all.